Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk. What's up, everybody? Big Herc, Prison Talk. You're tuned into another episode of some serious shit talking. Anyways, if you haven't got a chance to check out our website, please do so at www.fresh.series.com. Make sure you guys subscribe to the website and send us in your questions. We would love to hear from you. Also, you can email us at fresh.series@gmail.com and subscribe to the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Patreon, Fresh Out Series. Support what we're doing. Big things. Had a question from one of our fans. Yo, Big Herc, old time fan here. Just want to point out to you that the fact that you talk way too negatively about prison. Prison doesn't have to be necessarily a bad thing. I advise you to look at your stint in prison as a good experience rather than as a bad experience, because if you somehow had managed to rob that bank you attempted to, you would have probably continued wild, crime-ridden lifestyle you once led. Maybe if you didn't get busted in 1999, maybe you would have killed someone in the outside world in 2003 and caught a life sentence, or maybe you yourself would have been killed. Also, without your prison time today, you wouldn't have Fresh Out. So I would argue that the fact that you spent 8 years of your life in the feds actually helped you in staying alive and or free today. Don't reminisce about prison as a bad thing, because that experience made you the person you are today. Maybe if you stop seeing prison as a bad experience, maybe your nightmares about it will all cease. Anyways, excuse my long ass email and my grammar. English isn't my mother language, so I may have made a couple of grammatical errors in this letter to you. Keep up the amazing work you're doing. Prison wasn't a horrible experience, huh? A negative experience. Prison is all negative, man. Basically, you go into a negative fucking time warp of just shit. Racism, hatred. And yeah, I committed a crime and I did my time. And I don't have to like it. You don't have to like the fact that you're locked up and you got caught. Nobody wants to get fucking caught. Yeah, getting caught did do other things as far as take me down a different path, which I chose to, because a lot of people go into prison and they don't choose to take a different path. And yeah, it resulted in me being able to hook up with my business partner, to do Fresh Out, to meet my wife. But, you know, that's just life. By all means, or any means, did I want to be locked the fuck up. And, you know, to say hypothetically, oh, maybe I would have caught a murder beef, or somebody would have killed me. It's all, you know, it's just all gesture. That doesn't mean that would have necessarily have happened. Maybe it could have happened. Maybe it wouldn't have happened. Maybe I would have went on to become a big mogul in the entertainment industry, or maybe I would have, you know, got into more trouble. Who knows? But prison is not something that I would ever want to look back on as being a great time. There was not one day in there I enjoyed. I'm not crying about the fact that I did the time, you know, because like I said, I committed to crime. I created the energy which led me to go into prison. But it doesn't mean that I'm have to come out here and tell people, oh, going to prison, man, it's not that bad. You just got to accept it and do your time. They want you to do that. Do your time. Go play dominoes, go play cards, sit around, tell war stories, play softball, play handball. That's bullshit. I didn't do none of that shit because I hate it every fucking day. And as far as my nightmares, you live in a bathroom with another man for almost a decade, take turns shitting, take turns sharing a private space, and you tell me if you won't have any nightmares. You're gonna have nightmares, motherfucker, like you won't believe. And it's not because you're talking about the experience. Yeah, this is experience. The nightmares are because of experience, and it's because, you know, it's a reminder that you don't want to ever go back there. So accepting the fact that I went there is not going to change whether or not I'm going to have the nightmares, buddy. I was traumatized. I was shaken up. It was horrible. You know what I mean? And I didn't have You know, I didn't have the family coming to visit me, and even that wouldn't have made it better. And it wasn't like I was in there kicking it with the homies. I want to be on the other side. I want to be on the other side of that fucking wall. I don't give a fuck how much they felt that I should have been there to do my time. I didn't want to be there. So, yeah, you know, talking about the experience as being a good experience, there's nothing good about prison. Everything that I did to better myself, I self-taught. And I had maybe a mentor. I actually did have a mentor here and there that kind of put me on a righteous path of education, self-worth, positivity. But I had to be open to what they showed me. Otherwise, I would have been like everybody else in there, doing time, walking around the yard, working Unicore, programming. That's what they call it, programming. And I would have got out here and did the same program as everybody else. But nah, I decided to get out here and become a multi-motherfucking millionaire with my partner with this fresh out shit. So fuck prison. It was a horrible experience. And I haven't been having any nightmares lately, so it's all good, brother.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.